got my bowl all ready. And if nobody's ever had zucchini and cornbread, you don't know what you're missing. The taste is so good. And I hope you really try this recipe. Enjoy. Because I know I am. But if anybody needs the recipe, just message me. It's really good. And I really appreciate you watching. Strawberries, but I don't know if I'm going to put them in there. So let's cook these blackberries. See if we can get them in the bucket. Yeah, let me get some in the bucket. It's hard to hold the camera. This is going to be a good lunch. The lunch today. Garden. So you can see I'm getting quite a few, just enough for a salad. Hi everybody, Living Life with Don. I'm in the kitchen today, and I was dehydrating some zucchini and some peppers that we got from the garden. Look how beautiful that looks. Isn't that beautiful? I got more. I'm going to make salsa out of those. But I had a little bit of the zucchini left over, so I thought, well, I could have dehydrated it all, but I decided to cut it in these strips like this. And just some like little strips. And I'm going to fry them. Make little zucchini like you would get at a restaurant or something. And what I did was in here, I put some flour, pepper, my seasonings, you know, that I make in my little jar here with the organic pepper, dill, essence of Provence, regular salt, pepper. So I put that in there. And then on the actual zucchinis, I put a couple squirts of the lemon juice just to brighten it up. And so I've got my cast iron skillet here. You turn it on, I put a little bit of corn oil in there, and I'm gonna put it on low, and I'm gonna get a handful of these zucchinis, and I'm just gonna put them in here, give it a toss around, shake, and you know, there's enough wetness to the zucchini because it has a lot of water in it that I don't need to dip it in egg or anything like that. Just a little bit of the lemon juice, and like I said, all the seasonings and the flour. You can use any type of seasoning. We have used Italian breadcrumbs before, but I know something about it's whatever's in there, it just doesn't set right with me. So I thought, well, you know what? I'm just going to use plain flour, and then, you know, get them all coated. And I think I had a problem last time with the lighting in here. I don't know if that makes it too dark. I'm not sure. Maybe I can open up the kitchen. I closed these windows here because I thought maybe there'd be a glare, but maybe the natural light will be a little bit better. But anyway, I'm just going to take it, and I'm going to stick one down, and it's slightly sizzling, so that lets me know that it's ready. And I'm going to put it flesh down first, not skin, but the flesh down. Some of them didn't have any skin on them. And I'm just going to line the pan here with as many as I can get in here. It shouldn't take too long. I mean, it's zucchini, so then I will be making a video on fried green tomatoes. I hope everybody likes those. We need a few more. Just get them in there and get them coated. Toss them around. And another hot one today. I guess it did storm a little last night. I didn't hear it, but I guess it did. But it wasn't enough to water everything, so. But it's just been an easy day. I've just been trying to get all that on the dehydrator. because it does take quite long for the zucchini and the peppers to dehydrate. It could take as much as 12 hours or more. So I'm just getting those in the pan. I might have to add a little bit more corn oil. I don't want to overload it. Put that down there. We've got a problem with ants. And they keep coming over here from the corner. And I sprayed some vinegar stuff, and what I had to do is I put some red pepper there. As a matter of fact, I might, excuse me, for my dressing or my dip, I do have a little sour cream that I'm just going to put probably a little cayenne pepper in there. And that's probably it, just like a little garnish on the side. And I'm going to turn this up a little, just a little bit more. And I don't know what the dog's doing over there. What are you doing, Molly? She's, there we go. Is that light better? I don't know. So I'm going to get me a fork, sizzling away. Get those. And it shouldn't take too long. Like I said, it's just, it's the same thing if you would do zucchini rounds. So it's not going to take very long for them to, I just want them to get kind of a little bit of a crust. It's not going to be totally like it was, you know, like it will be in the store. I guess I'm going to dump the rest of my zucchinis in here. Get those ready for the next. Like I said, I just had a little bit left over. It was nothing, you know, just enough. And get that all tossed and get them all coated really, really good. And I might need just a little bit more corn oil. I don't know, I think you can hear that sizzling, but I don't know whether you can see it, but I'm going to get a little bit more corn oil. Now they can't figure out what I'm doing. So I'm going to put a little bit more corn oil in there because I don't want it to burn. And like I said before, I like using the cast iron because when you use cast iron, it heats all the way around. Let me see if I can bring you over there with me. This is just a lot easier than trying to fool around with that phone. So as you can see, can you see? I got them in there sizzling good. So they're sizzling good. And it's not going to be very long. And then we'll be eating some zucchini sticks for dinner. So that's what we're going to have. So a little bit of that. I'm just going to keep an eye on them. And you don't want to move them too much because if you do, then the breading is going to come off there. So you want to make sure, you know, let it get in there, get that good crisp coating on it first before you decide to turn them so it doesn't come off. There's little ones in the middle that are probably going to get done faster than the other ones. And even if it does come off, even if you didn't want to put anything on here, like I said before, if you didn't want to put anything on there and you just wanted to just fry it, just plain, just put a little salt and pepper, and you certainly could do that with a little oil. You don't have to put any type of breading whatsoever on. I was thinking about maybe using a little biscuit, but I changed my mind and just did the flour. But you could almost do that like if you would an onion ring, which that'll be another video. I made that. It's just you don't want to put the oven on because it's just been so hot. Now there is a breeze today, better than yesterday, but boy, when I went out last night, I'm telling you, it was like there was absolutely no air whatsoever. It's like when you walked out, it was I couldn't even breathe. It was so still and stagnant, and I guess that's why it did rain a little bit then. So I turn those up just a little bit more, just kind of like a medium high, and I'm going to watch it. And it's just been one of them days. I am going to use the peppers And the hot peppers are coming in. Boy, oh boy. And usually I would make, canned hot peppers for Uncle Ray, but he's gone now. He's been gone a couple months. But I still am going to can some of those. I'm going to make some salsa and can that. Because it really, folks, it is the time to start your canning, getting preparations for the winter. I don't know if anybody else has noticed, but the store shelves are becoming bare. Not everything, it's subtle, little things here and there. Again, with the toilet paper. It's hard to find the corn oil, and I don't know if it's the trucks can't get through to deliver it, or if I know the guy across the street, the store. I asked him. I says, "Are you going to have your rib dinner, today?" He said, "No." He said, "It's so expensive." I said, "Really?" He says, "Yes." He says they have the beef. And, they have everything, but what they can't find people to process it. Why, I don't know, and so they're jacking the prices up because they cannot find butchers, I guess. So things are starting to go up again, and it's just always good to be prepared. Always good to be prepared. And so we got that. Let me get me a plate. Never thought of that, did I? With a paper towel. Get me a plate. Set that over there, because I am going to need a plate to put the ones that are done, and a couple paper towels to soak up any of the oil. So get that on there. So they're looking really good. They're looking really good. Get that nice. They're getting that nice golden brown taste. Okay, I'm going to switch it up. I'm going to turn it down just a little bit because I don't want to burn them. And because they are sticks. Now, of course, if it wasn't hot out, you could put these in the oven if you wanted to. And I'm certainly... you could even put these on a grill. They have the things now for grills that you can put a little thing if you want to grill, like another little pan to put on the grill, like a steamer, or you could stick them in there. You can certainly put a pan, a cast iron pan would go on there if it's a gas grill, and then you could do this outside if you wanted to on the grill. If you were camping, you could do that too on even the portable grill or the cast iron Dutch oven. If you had you're a real good camper and you got the tripod and you got your little Dutch oven and you put your oil in there over your fire, with the little, you could do that too. So this is something that really I think is versatile. You can really do it anywhere. And you'll know that they're done when you can stick the fork through. When they're almost like a fried green tomato. When you can stick that fork through there, then you're going to know that they're done. So, like I said, always keep that paper towel handy there to keep the catch any of the grease. So that's just a little one I got because it was just the little tiny ones. These were just like little tiny ones. They didn't have a hard skin on them. So they kind of look like French fries, zucchini French fries, I guess. But if you can poke through that hard skin, these few had a few of the skins. If you can poke through them skins like that, then that zucchini is done. That's all you're really doing is just getting that softened up. Depending on how thick you cut them, I did not cut them very thick, so it's not going to take very long. There might have been one thick one. There might have been one. And if you wanted to, I guess you could be on the real health kick. You could do al dente. You know, they don't have to be totally mush. Have a little bit of a crunch to it. And just put a little bit more oil so it doesn't burn. If you wanted to use a vegetable oil, you could. I think I have just a few more in here. Get them going. You certainly could do that too. I don't know if cooking spray would work. Now it might work. I don't know. It seems like if you used a cooking spray that you would have to keep adding it because otherwise they would stick. So if you had a deep fryer, which I do not, you certainly deep fry this and be done in just a few seconds there. Excuse me, so. They're frying up good. That one's just a little bit. Okay, now these seem tender. Can you hear that sizzle? I don't know if you can see that. Just put them on that plate. Those are the ones that didn't have a skin on them. So, but I do have one big one in here that is kind of tough, if you will. So I'm going to turn that over. Hopefully I can bring some more videos. What I was going to do today, I was going to make a macaroni salad. I've been having a taste for the macaroni salad. But I didn't know if that's a lot of carbs. There's not a lot of people here to eat it. So I'm thinking closer to the weekend, we usually have company, whatever, so that I might make that. And then I can use good green pepper from the garden to go in there. That'd be tasty. And I also have onions from the garden. That would be tasty. And the tomatoes are becoming ripe. So you can also put that in macaroni salad. That'd be tasty. So that'll be probably the next video for the summer salad series. Now let me get, while we're doing that, let me get me a bowl. Just a small bowl. I don't need a big bowl. So I'm just gonna get me like a little bowl here. Put that pepper there. And what I'm gonna do, while we're waiting for those to fry up, and if you also wanted to, you could, oh Lord, my little Chinese friends are looking at all of my flowers and vegetables. I'm looking out my kitchen window and she's just looking at it. Well, I have poke growing out there, so hopefully maybe she'll take some of that, and they know all about herbs and things like that. But anyway, I'm going to take just a little bit of the sour cream. And like I said, you don't have to do anything. So I'm going to take about a couple tablespoons of sour cream. You can use any kind you want. I'm using Daisy. I like Daisy brand. Okay. I'm going to do a little bit of cayenne. Just a little bit of cayenne pepper to give it a little, give it a little heat. So I'm going to put that in there. And then I'm going to take my seasoning mix that I made, and I'm just going to put that in there, and then that's it. That's going to be my little dip. It's going to be the little, and you don't have to put anything really. If you don't want anything, you could just do this plain, like plain sour cream. You don't have to do sour cream at all. If you wanted to, you could do a little ranch. If you had, which I do have ranch dressing, but if you wanted to do your own homemade ranch, or like say an Italian dressing or a ranch dressing, you certainly could do that too. It's just when we have fried green tomatoes or we have fried zucchini, we usually use sour cream. But like I said, you can use anything you want really. think these are really just about done. They're really getting nice and brown. Almost like potato chips. Getting that good crispy crunch on it. And I'm going to have to bring one of these green tomatoes that I got before they turn red, because fried green tomatoes, let's face it, those are really good too. So, I mean, that's just a delicacy in the South. And I don't know, has anybody ever been to Paul Dean's restaurant over there in Pigeon Forge? They have real good fried green tomatoes. These are pretty much, these are just like, I swear they look like little potato chips, little zucchini potato chips. Guess if I would have made them round, they probably would have been like a little zucchini potato chip. And like I said, this is the, other than the sour cream, which you do not have to have, this is totally vegan. Is what I understand from vegan. Now maybe somebody could correct me on that. I mean, because you could even use vegetable oil, you don't have to use corn oil. There's nothing in here. It's all plant-based. So this is always good for, you know, your summer parties that we're having, cookouts. Got a couple more there, just kind of, just a little hard. Ooh, look at that one. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that? It looks so good. I do have, one of the reasons the Chinese lady was looking out there is because I think I have made a video down the fence here. I have so many plants that I made a community garden. So, you know, that way if anybody needs something, I can't eat it all. I mean, there's only so much you can. Woo, that's a good stick. Look at that. Look at how crispy. Can you see that? You see how crispy that is? Look at that. That looks, I mean, that looks delicious. Look at that. And my sister's coming home today, so she'll be able to help me. Now I'm going to turn the heat off. And the rest are also done. A little smoke. I can't put the fan on because then you guys won't be able to hear me. But I'm going to take it, and it will smoke a little bit, you know, when your oil on there. So cast iron will keep cooking, so just remove it from that immediate heat. Let that cool off. Okay. Let me see if I can just get another little plate. And get a tiny plate here. So I can show you. Of course, I'm not that fancy. I mean, if you've watched any of my videos, I am not a professional chef. I am not, you know, a fancy cook, if you will. I don't measure too much, and I don't have everything laid out, you know. It's just real life, people. It's just real life, like you would be cooking for your family at home, you know, just everyday cooking, I guess is how you would say it. And that buzz in the background, if you can hear it, that's the dehydrator. So I got a lot of dehydrating goodness going on there. Just mix that up. A little bit of that on the side. And let me close these curtains. I think there's the glare. So that's the zucchini. Hopefully you can see that with the sour cream. And that's what's going to be for dinner. And I hope you like and subscribe. Give me a thumbs up because that really helps. And I hope you try this recipe. Like I said, you can cut this like I did, lengthwise or rounds. Most of the time we do rounds, so you could do rounds. You can make them bigger or smaller. It's totally up to you, but I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you will give some of these recipes that I put up, give them a try. And until the next video, to the next dish, everybody Good eating.